What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. My name's Frederick. This video here in this channel is going to be following my journey in becoming a cloud engineer. So just a little bit about my situation, right? This is from complete beginning to employment, right? I have no certifications. I have no background in tech and IT, anything like that. I'm making the jump from sales into becoming a cloud engineer. And throughout this video, I'll explain why I made that choice, but this is the beginning of it. So I don't know where we're gonna land with this, right? But I know it's something that I want to attempt. I'm gonna see it all the way through. We'll see where we land. Maybe I get the job, maybe I don't. Maybe I'll land somewhere else where maybe I like even better. But really the whole goal of this is to create enough income to where I can continue to invest in my stocks so I can be financially free and retire and live the life I want to. That's the main goal here, right? So let's see where this journey takes us. And if anyone out there trying to become a cloud engineer too is interested, I'm gonna give you, real insight into what it's like. And this is gonna be from the perspective of someone who doesn't even come from this industry or doesn't have a background in it. Okay, so let's see. All right, so let's get into why exactly I made this choice and kind of the position that I'm in right now. So I'm leaving the sales industry. I was in sales. I used to do debt settlement programs. I had a really good job there, and man, it was the best. I loved it. Probably the best job I've ever had. The greatest people there. And then the first couple months were great, where everybody was making good money. It was a different type of money that I was used to. And then little by little, the business started slowing down month by month. And then to the point where I'm like, this is getting gradually worse. It doesn't look like it's picking up. I gotta find a way to leave. Many of the people at the office were thinking the same thing. So in November, in the middle part of November is when I left. Right now it is December 18th. So about a month ago I left, and I had secured another job somewhere else doing the same thing, but it was, it looked like they were more busy, and it was from home, so I was going to be here with my family more, and it was going to be great. And when I got there, the whole thing seemed very, very sketchy and very salesy and almost scammy-ish, right? So I thought, I can't do this. I don't want to work in a place like this. So I left. Then now I had no employment. I know I wanted to do this cloud engineering thing, but I need some income coming in, right? I need to be able to work. And so what do? So here's my process. I don't know if you think the same thing. Maybe you can use it for yourself too, but I knew that it would be a really good idea to either work at the hospitals, the school, or the city, right? Being one of the cloud engineers. I already looked up the positions. They're definitely there. I'm hoping by the time I get certified, they're still there, but that's where I would like to work. And if I can't, well, then one of the other, every company, every mid-size, even small companies need a cloud engineer, right? So that's okay. I'd go work there also, but ideally that's where I want to end up. And so I figured, I know that it's really, really hard to come from the outside into those type of environments, right? So I figured, why not let me get an entry-level job, get my foot in the door, so by the time I do get certified and I want to make that transition into the cloud engineer role, it'll be a lot smoother transition. I'll probably make some good connections within, whether it's the hospital, the city, or the schools. It'll be a smoother transition for me, right? That's my thought process on it. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go for it. So I've been applying for all these jobs, entry-level jobs. The pay is okay. It's not definitely less than what I'm used to, but that's all right because, we'll end up getting certified and we'll be good. And worst case scenario, I can always go back to the sales job, and make a good living there. I just don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I know that I can do more, and I want to explore more. I want to challenge myself, really. So that's the game plan right now. We're trying to land one of these jobs, but I'm looking at my emails now. I just got an interview for one of the schools. We'll see. Hopefully that goes well, and if it does, then I'm definitely taking it and getting my foot in the door. It's one of the better districts around here, so I'm excited. hopefully it goes well. We land this one. So we're on our way to an interview right now. Been looking for a while. It's gonna be going back into the same industry I was already in, which is sales. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna get it. I had an interview earlier today for the St. Jude Hospital in a completely different field, and it didn't really go too well. I feel like I answered the questions right. It's just I just probably wasn't what they were looking for. You know, me coming from like a sales background. But it's alright. We're gonna keep pushing. Got a good feeling about the second one. I'm going to the 2 right now. Literally across the street from where I used to work. And so I am going to 2 right now. The first one, now I don't even if they offer me the job, which I think they will, I'm probably not going to take it. It doesn't, it seems like the type of thing I don't want to be doing. The second one is way more structured. I could tell the guy who I spoke to, the offer, you know, what they offer over there at that position, it sounds really good. And just comparing the buildings, I mean, one's way nicer than the other one. So we're gonna go see what's up with that, and hopefully we have some good news by the end of today. Let's go. Alright, so just a little update on what happened earlier. So just like I was thinking, the second position was a lot better. Well, the second interview was a lot better. The offer was better. The people seemed happier. There was more activity. Seemed way more structured there. And so by the time I got home, I checked my emails and there was an offer letter. So we got the job. Start in about like 2 weeks. So in the beginning of the new year, January 5th is my first day. So we got that out the way. We're gonna keep applying, keep looking for positions at the school, the hospitals for the city, right? We're gonna keep going for those jobs until we start on January 5th, and just wrapping up studying right now. So this is a little update there. Hell yeah, let's go. What's up, guys? It is 7:47 p.m. December 18th. It's been a hell of a day, and I'm barely starting my study sesh. I am on module number 9, lesson 4 of 8. So I'm pretty far along in the whole training. But man, I had a hell of a day. I feel pretty good right now. I feel like I should be able to get a good study session. We're gonna see. Right now we're going over to the protecting data section. Things are finally starting to click. I was telling my brother the other day that I felt like I was, you know, I made the analogy of like building a house, right? You learn about lumber, you learn about plumbing and concrete and different structures, right? And I'm like, okay, you're learning about all this stuff, but like, how do you actually build a house, right? Not to like this 2 modules ago is when you really start putting everything together and you're like, oh, okay, now it's starting to make sense. Before all that, the first maybe 6 or 7 modules, you're just learning about things and you're like, okay, it's not really making any sense. You're grasping some of it. I had to do a lot of ChatGPT when, you know, so he can explain some things to me in like more simpler terms. It's been helping a lot tremendously. But now things are starting to come together. You're starting to pick up things from past modules, and now it's like it's really fun. I think the module before this one, number 8, was the AI section. Pretty cool if you're coming in from AI. If you know a little bit about it, I mean, you're gonna pick up on that one really fast. To me, it was one of the easier ones. Man, so right now we're on the data section, and I'm not sure if I'm able to show this. I might get copyrighted or something.
but this is what I'm learning on. I'm getting the AWS certification.
So people might have questions on like, what are you learning? What certificates are you getting? What route are you taking if you don't have a background in IT? So I did a bunch of research before getting into this. Right, I didn't want to waste my time. The route I decided to take was getting the AWS certifications. Reason why I chose that: Amazon's AWS has the biggest market share. They have about 30% of the cloud computing industry. So I figured, since the majority of the companies use AWS, why not learn AWS cloud's infrastructure? And then, probably be more likely to get a job. Maybe everyone else is thinking the same thing, and maybe it'll be tougher to go find a job with AWS. Uh, who knows? But I'm taking a shot. Uh, so I decided to go AWS route first. I'm working on the cloud practitioner right now. And then gonna be getting the associate's certificate for the solutions architect. And then after that, I am going to specialize in probably security. We'll see. But after that, building the projects, right, and then start applying. But definitely with plans of learning Microsoft's, Google's, and maybe even Oracle's infrastructure and the way they do things. Let me know if you guys think it's a good idea, if you guys also have the same idea, or if you guys are going a different route. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly, but I'm giving it a shot. We're going to see what happens. But I got to get back to this study session, and I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Keep you guys updated. Peace. So it's Sunday, 21st, 5:45 p.m. We are on module 10, lesson 2. This is the monitoring, compliance, and governance of the AWS cloud. It's starting to get tough a little bit, not so much because like the material is difficult to understand, but it's more of just staying consistent, staying locked in, and getting through the modules. We have 10, 11, 12, and 13 to go before we can take the exam. The goal is to get through this module tonight. So again, it's 5:46 now p.m. I think we should be able to get through the module tonight, and then take the exam by the new year. And then so you'll start off the year really good. But things are starting to get a little bit tough. We're gonna push through, and right now, yeah, we just finished up the security module, so we're pushing it close, but I think we should be good. So check back in. Oh, I'm gonna hop in the shower because I feel like I've been sitting here too long. I need to move a little bit, want to freshen up, and come back, and then we'll get through the rest of this module. But it's getting a little bit tough, but we're okay. Let me know where you guys are at too. If anyone is like currently doing the process, or if anybody remembers this specific part, maybe how they felt. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, check back in with you guys a little later. So I'm in bed already. I didn't get a chance to make it through the module, which was 10, but I have 2 more lessons and then retake the assessment. And that's kind of how it works. I didn't even get a chance to really explain it, but you go through a couple lessons, it's different every module. Some of them have like 12, some of them have like 5 or 6. And then at the end, you get an assessment, which is like a little quiz. And then you have to get like a 70, I believe, or an 80 to pass it. But you can retake it, you don't have to worry about it. So anyways, I left off on the same module. I didn't get a chance to finish it. Like the goal was, tomorrow I'm just going to dedicate the whole day to just running through as much as I can. Because again, we have the exam scheduled for the end of the year. So it's only like 10 days away. So we're going to be studying all throughout like the holidays, Christmas, all that. And we got to get it. But that's a wrap on this first video. Crazy. This is only the beginning. We'll see where we end up. But I hope you guys liked it. I'm going to, obviously the format and it's going to be changing, but this is a super raw, very minimal editing type of video. And yeah, this is the first one. It's exciting. So thanks for watching, and we're going to keep it going. All right, see you guys later. Peace.